And this is just in general, in terms of what this bill is. I know there's a lot of schematics to how this bill operates in terms of how the additional revenue comes into the state. But at the end of the day, no matter how we examine it, this is going to be a tax on the consumers and our constituents. We are voting today to implement a gas tax. That's truly what this is. Admittedly, from the proponents of this bill, the gas tax for our constituents are going to go up by at least 5 cents. At least 5 cents. Admittedly, from the individuals that are the proponents of this program, we are going to be voting for a gas tax today of at least 5 cents, none of which is going to go into the Special Transportation Fund, which we all know is in critical need of funding. Many of it is intended to go towards some critical services, which I think all of us in this committee support. But as I just discussed, I think all of us should be cynical of whether or not this is actually going to go towards these critical initiatives, and whether or not this is simply just going to go towards funding other initiatives in the general fund, as hard as we may try to address those funding towards the areas that we need to address here in this particular bill. So as I said, it's 5 cents at minimum per gallon for our constituents, and as much as 9 cents in the first year. As much as 9 cents per gallon in the first year for our constituents, as we're voting on today. And then as much as 26 cents in additional years. I mean, I just don't see how we could possibly be implementing this sort of gas tax on our constituents at this time. I understand it's implemented in 2023, but it's an extremely regressive tax. You have to pay for gas to get back and forth to work. I know we're working on important initiatives to try to introduce electric vehicles and into our fleets of cars here throughout the state, and I think that's great. And I think we should continue working on that. But to implement the program, which effectively will be is intended to prevent our constituents from being able to fill up their gas tank to the point where they can no longer do it, is not a policy that I think we should be voting on here in the state of Connecticut. I just think this is as important as many of these initiatives are in this bill, and they are critically important. Implementing a gas tax as much as 9 cents in the first year and as much as 26 cents in subsequent years, in my opinion, is not good policy. I believe there are better ways we can be addressing our emissions, and there's better ways we can be funding the critical services that are addressed in this particular bill, other than implementing this program. And that's the reason that I'll be voting no today. And I do appreciate, Madam Chair, your work on this, and I know you'll be continuing to work on this. But I just can't support this initiative based upon my comments there. And thank you, Madam Chair.